Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to Turbo Trouble. Today, we are doing one of the most highly requested things that I've seen on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for my Elantra N, which is going over all of the modifications done to my car to this date. We're gonna be going over what I've done to it and why I did that specifically. All of this is for the tune that I currently have on a micro SD ready to be written onto the ECU of the Elantra N. So let's get right into it. All right, so I washed the car for this video. I've got it in the lighting. See, I'm putting effort into this, guys. You know, I want this channel to be something that you subscribe to, you want to see more of, not just for the car itself, but for the effort that, you know, the channel owner, the YouTuber itself puts into. Anyway, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start with Cosmetic and then head into Performance. Starting with this carbon fiber louvered hood. This was my vision since day one, like having a carbon fiber hood. It just turns out that in the Elantra N market, we get this louvered hood that looks amazing to me. I love how the lines follow the natural factory body lines, but it gives the Elantra N this muscular look, which is what I was looking for. The Elantra N has some details, but the Elantra N isn't a wide car by any means. It's a very narrow car. It doesn't actually have any hips. As a matter of fact, it comes out and then back in. So this car is not wide at all. But outside of these sharp body lines, this car is missing something. It's a little bit too slick for me, too smooth looking. So this hood gives it a good muscular look in the front. Now for every modification, there's a how to install on my channel. But the thing I say the most is we're going for cohesivity. I want everything to be cohesive. Now, there's a lot of Elantra N builds out there. To each their own. They're all amazing in your own little ways. But there's a reason why mine stands out. It's because I want everything to be cohesive and flow. With a carbon hood, we have to go with carbon louvered fenders as well. Now there are two types on the market. There was one like mine, and then there's another one where there's an extra slit right here. That extra slit in pushing these forward, it's too much going on right here. I want it to flow. So this looks way smoother. This is all subjective in my opinion. This looks way smoother, way better to match. And I've gotten compliments from like Audi owners who know absolutely nothing about the Elantra N or the Elantra in general in terms of Hyundai N performance. They've seen what I was doing with making everything look like it's just one brand. Now, if you're seeing this and you're wondering where I got these carbon pieces from, the hood and the fenders are from Aeroflex Performance, a sponsor of mine. So if you use my code TurboTrouble, you will get a discount off of the carbon hood and the carbon fender. Matter of fact, you'll get a discount off of anything on their website. Next, the full Adro kit on my Elantra N, which includes the front splitter, the side skirts, the wing, and the rear diffuser. Outside of my audience already being in the Hyundai N space, the Adro kit is one of the biggest reasons as to why I wanted the Elantra N. I've had the Veloster N, I've had the pre-facelift Elantra N, and now I have the facelift. And by far, don't get me wrong, I love what you did, Hyundai. But the Adro kit just once again gives it so much more, especially the front splitter. It does so much for the face of the car. In my opinion, the Elantra N has this weird, wide, but skinny face if you look at it without the front splitter, and it just looks a little bit off to me compared to the rest of the body. The side skirts, of course, give it that aggression with this little wing that comes up. My rear diffuser does come with these little side spats that come up, but by the time I was done installing this whole thing, I was a little bit tired and I rushed on those rear spats, and overnight one of them fell off. And when I was leaving for class in the morning, I ran right over it. All I heard was a big crunch, and I was like, no! So I took that one off, and it looked weird without the other one, so I took the other one off, and yeah. It does come with the side spats, but they're off for now, and I messaged Adro about it. They're gonna give me a small discount on getting another one, but it's just not worth it. I want to put the money in other things, not just side skirts, because you can't just order them by themselves. I have to actually buy the whole diffuser kit again. You can't break the piece. And then the wing does a lot of justice in the back. I mean, like, not only is this made out of carbon fiber and it's freaking, you know, a good size wing, but it just flows with the whole car. and it gives it that nice detailing to the back. And the best part about Adro, it's not just designed very well, but it's functional. All of these pieces come together to give the car more drag, give it better aerodynamics. And you can see that on their website, they actually give the specs as to what this does for the Elantra N. So not only is this just looks, but it's also performance as well. Next up are these mirror caps from 21 Overlays. I believe the price on these went up after I got them and started posting about them, like a lot. So they weren't always that expensive, but I specifically put these on to give it that BMW M style look. I mean, like, come on, this is the BMW at heart. When I look at the car, I look at the wing, and the wing curves in. I wanted the mirror cap to do the same thing to the wing. So you look at the mirror cap, and then you look back at the wing, and they both do that same kind of curve. Once again, cohesiveness. There's a reason for all of these modifications, not just slapping stuff on here just to slap stuff on here. A small minor detail that I've always done with all of the Ns I've owned is I put the OEM badge right in this gap. I don't really care for why Hyundai put a little indent of the N. It doesn't, I mean, it looks cool, I guess, but it looks so much better when you just put the badge in there. And then the next modification I've done to switch up was I switched the tires out for something a little bit more aggressive. Right here we have Yokohama's. Now the tire that comes on here factory is a Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. So like that's a pretty aggressive tire. And while I love the performance that tire gave, these tires are one, track tires, so they're a lot grippier. But two, they're so much more aggressive. These are Yokohama Advan Neova 8009. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. And as you can see, the tread on here is a lot more aggressive than what comes factory. Because this isn't just a regular street tire. I mean, like, look at that. So like, just for cosmetic reasons, like when you look at that, that is so much more aggressive than the factory tire. It just looks like every other tire. And now let's move on to the interior. Starting off with this Aeroflex Performance custom steering wheel. I designed the steering wheel myself on their website with the forged carbon performance blue racing strip, the performance blue stitching, and then Alcantara with the forged carbon thumb grips. Like this thing is so nice. I love the square shape. I know there are a lot of people out there that go for the flat bottom or with the light up on the top, but like the Elantra N already does enough lighting up, and I just want to keep it a little bit more simple. So I like the square. I had a square in my Veloster N. I wanted to do it again to pay homage to that car, to pay homage for the N brand in general. I just think it looks a little bit better just to do a simple square shaped steering wheel and not have the lights, but like once again, to each their own. From Aeroflex Performance as well, we also have magnetic paddle shifters and forged carbon. These things, so much better for the driving experience if you're going to use your paddles. Right here we have an upgraded shift knob that I can't say from where yet because this is still in development with the company that I'm working with. And the same thing goes for another modification I've got going on for the car. I'm working with the same company, not Aeroflex Performance, but a different company that's known around the world on something pretty cool, something pretty special that we're bringing to the Hyundai N community. So it's a great opportunity, it's a great honor to be a part of something that's gonna change the whole aftermarket of a car. That's pretty sick to me. That's all for the interior. Now it's time to talk performance. So as for performance modifications, the goal was to make supporting modifications to get tuned. Simple as that. So we are rocking a full 6-element setup. Why? Because 6-Element is our sponsor. And not only that, I trust them. I trust them with my car because I know that they make quality parts. And not only that, they're also world leading in Hyundai N products. The intake and blow off valve, strictly for noises. Why not do an intake? I mean, it looks amazing. That's kind of like one of the first beginner mods anyway. Get some turbo noises, get a blow off valve, release that pressure back into the atmosphere. An inlet, it's gonna allow for more airflow into the turbo, allowing you to make more power. I ordered it from Whoosh Motorsports. And honestly, the X-Force downpipe is one of the best downpipes on the market. But yes, 4-inch Sport Cat downpipe. Following that downpipe, it is connected to a 6-element titanium midpipe. which gave the car a more aggressive note. Nothing too major, but you can definitely tell that there's a more aggressive tone to it. That mid-pipe is connected to a 6-element titanium exhaust system, which is valved, and the valves are connected to the factory buttons on the steering wheel. I will tell you this, I went intake blow-off valve, mid-pipe, exhaust, downpipe. When I put the mid-pipe on, I got more of a tone. When I put the exhaust on, I thought it was loud. When I put that downpipe on, oh my gosh, it was insane. The first thing I said was, I'm gonna get pulled over. I'm gonna get pulled over. It unlocked so many pops that I didn't know the Elantra N had. You think that your exhaust system or your mid-pipe or your factory Elantra N makes pops? No, a lot of those pops are being held back by the factory cat that's in the factory downpipe. Once you modify that downpipe, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh. Now, I want people to tell the difference. I want people to hear my car and be like, that's an Elantra N. Turbo Trouble just passed me. I don't want people being like, was that a GTI? What? Was that a Ford Focus ST? What? Was that a Type R? Now that's a lot of sound, right? That's a lot of sound and tuning prep. Now, when it comes to reliability, there are 2 modifications I did to make sure that, one, even with the factory tune and factory motor, this car won't blow up, at least better chances of it. But 2, with the tune, make sure that the car doesn't blow up. And that's the 6-element oil catch can right here. This is catching and filtering all of that filth, anything that's getting trapped in the motor. It's filtering it right through here and catching it at the bottom. That way I can dump it after every oil change and make sure that I have better oil coming through the car, especially when we're gonna push some power. Now, I don't know the legitimacy of upgraded spark plugs, but I do have NGK Heat Range 9 spark plugs to make sure that these hold up better than the factory ones, especially when we go to push power. Down here, you can see right there, I have the 6-element upgraded intercooler for the Elantra N. I take this car on supercar rallies. I want to make sure that this car stays cool in the summer months. Small and tight engine bay, and this car heat soaks a lot. So I want to make sure that I keep the temperatures cool. 1. 2, the other modification, which is if you pull this engine cover off, you can see right under here, 6th. That right there is an upgraded fuel pump. When you're gonna go push more power, an upgraded fuel pump is key. So rather than burning out the stock one, 6-element made a dedicated part for the Elantra N, which is an upgraded fuel pump. And another supporting modification I've done to my Elantra N is a 6-element lower engine motor mount. Super easy install. Now the problem that this solves is wheel hop. The Elantra N wheel hops a lot. I will tell you, since I've put that engine motor mount on, not only is the car a little bit tighter, not only when you're at a stop do you feel the vibrations of the motor, which is really, really cool, but I do not experience any wheel hop. Any wheel hop. In the dry, no wheel hop. In the rain, no wheel hop. In the snow, nope. Well, I don't know yet, but yes, that is definitely a supporting modification in order to hold power down. And that right there is all the modifications I've done to my Elantra N so far. We still have things like a wrap, we still have things like the custom tune from Cherry Tuning. Like there's a bunch of stuff we're gonna do still in the future. This is not done. Now I'm not gonna go too crazy with the build because like I want it to be daily drivable. Things have been happening for Turbo Trouble, for me, and that wouldn't be for you guys. So I just have to take the time right now to say thank you to you guys. I appreciate all your support thus far. We wouldn't be this far if it weren't for you guys. And we hit millions of views, millions of cross-platform views every single month. You guys pick up Elantra N's because of me. Some of you guys modify your Elantra N's because of me, make it carbon copy. Okay, well there's a few people out there that kind of annoy me with that. Modifications, I don't really care. But like, come on, man. Like some of you guys are like actually throwing on like satin black letters. I'm just joking. But anyway, I appreciate you guys.